Hi friends. Last time I have concluded saying it is the most difficult challenge before the superiors, that is supervisors, to get the work done through others as per the seniors, superiors, ideas and plans. However, as a supervisor, as a leader, manager, you have to get the work done through others. For that, there are various models and techniques available around. That doesn't mean that you copy a model or technique or to blindly imitate somebody else, some other successful executive. But what is required is you understand, you learn the principles and try to cultivate, develop a management style of your own. The most popular and common management style is that of leadership by example. This is popular because there is least, perhaps no, frictions or tensions. Only requirement is manager has to practice before preaching. Is based on the common theory, I am okay, you are okay. This is also what is taught by our Mahatma Gandhi ji when he said, be the change you want to see in the world. That means whatever change you want to see in the world, you yourself have to implement that change first. You would have perhaps heard the story about a mother taking her child to see Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Mother went to Paramahamsa with a request, Gurudev, please advise my child. Child is of the habit of eating too much of sweets. Please advise the child to desist from it. Paramahamsa told the mother, you come after a week. Mother went to Gurudev with the child after a week. Gurudev fondled the child affectionately, advised the child not to eat too much of sweets. Behold, the child obeyed the words of Gurudev and stopped eating sweets then on. After a week, mother went back to Paramahamsa to thank him and incidentally asked Gurudev, why you didn't advise the child when I brought him in the first instance? Gurudev smiled with a candid admission, told the mother, then I had the habit of eating sugar myself. Before advising anybody to stop eating sugar or sweets, I have to myself stop eating sweets. That is why I didn't advise the child when you brought him on the first instance. Friends, this is equally applicable to us all. We have to practice ourselves before preaching a value. Be it punctuality, be it discipline, be it sincerity, be it hard work, be it integrity, whatsoever. Whatever value you are going to preach, first ensure that you yourself is practicing. Then only your words will carry conviction and others will obey you. So, have an introspection and correct wherever necessary. Another method of supervision, maybe you can say the middle level, is of minimum interference. Under this model, the supervisor do interfere, do exercise his authority, but to the minimum level without offending or hurting anybody. This model can be explained with a simple example of a traffic police official manning a cross junction. There are hundreds of vehicles passing through a traffic junction. Around 60% of the drivers will definitely observe the traffic rules, whether there is a policeman or not. Whether there is a policeman or not, 60% of the drivers will obey the traffic rules. And you post a very simple, not so hyperactive policeman there to man the junction. That official can ensure that the compliance level is taken to 90%. No exercise of over enthusiasm or authority by the police official. He is passively standing somewhere there around. The very visibility of a police person around will take the compliance level from 60% to around 90%. And you post a fierce looking, strong, active, rather hyperactive police person there. The compliance level will go up by further 5%. This 90 will be taken up to 95%. Whomever you post there, 5%, around 5% of the drivers will jump signal, disobey the traffic regulations, and it is very difficult to achieve 100% compliance. Friends, in my opinion, that 5% is not worth it. Rather, the top 10% itself is not worth it. You be comfortable, happy by your supervising without hurting anybody, observing the rules and regulations, putting a model by yourself, and gently advising others, giving instructions and guidance, you can achieve 90% of the compliance, which is enough. But the problem is, most of the young managers don't focus on achieving this 30%. Once you are achieving this, you are successful. The remaining 10% is not much material. Friends, however, there may come situations where you have to achieve even this 10% compliance. That 10% also becomes crucial. You want to have 100% compliance of rules and regulations, obedience and working. The situations are where your leadership is challenged by a team member who is rebellious in nature, or sometimes when you have to get a difficult task executed. What should be the methodology for you to achieve the 100% compliance? Very rarely it happens, but occasionally it do happen. As I said, when you have to ensure subordination of a rebellious employee, or when you have to get the difficult task executed. How to achieve this? We will discuss in the next episode. See you again. Bye.